down Santa Cruz 28 Winters Point. I wouldn't have been here at all tonight, but for the tax increase that's going to show up in my tax bill in a few weeks. My taxes have gone up 30%, and my concern is the town is borrowing more money. So where does the payment of that bonding money come from? But when the taxpayers who have to increase every year, there's a little bit more that we have to pay out in our taxes. That was one of the reasons where the town is at 60 million in debt already, and we've got to meet that on the backs of and Mr. DeMeo spoke very eloquently on most of the subjects that I had in mind to speak about, so I won't go to waste your time on that. And the other thought I had is this building will probably be empty most of the time. We're going to spend $5 million for a facility that is used maybe 30% of the time. That's all I have to say.
Good evening. I am former president of East Haven Historical Society and a current member of the board of directors. Tonight we learned for the first time that the town is considering moving the society to this new development. We have spoken over and over again about that in our board of directors meetings. We don't want to be near the shore, because if you think about this is the Mulit-million Museum. There are absolutely no artifacts of old Mulit-million. What was not destroyed by the fire and the hurricane of '38, nothing is there. All we have of old Mulit-million are albums of pictures. We do have a lot of artifacts of businesses in town, old-time war materials, etc. But the last place we would like to put them is on the shore. Think of the hurricane of '38 and then look at Katrina. Global warming, we really don't want to be there. What we were told when the high school was going up for sale is that they were going to move us to one portion of the high school, which was the old gym room, the workout room, with all that. And that was fine, because we were still in the center of town. And it was a plus, because that particular room had an entrance that we could come in and out and be opened anytime people wanted to come. Where we are in the school, the only time we can be open Wednesday, but we can't take like weekends or anything like that, because that means janitorial, people coming in, and that's triple for the town, so we can't do that. So the old workroom was ideal, but I'm going to tell you, from the board of directors, I have one, the president is here, and we have another officer here. The last place we want art to be relocated to is the shoreline, where one of these massive hurricanes will wipe us out. And when you want to talk about artifacts, the only thing we can give you to a Mulit-million museum is pictures. Thank you.
Good evening, Jim Doherty, 372 Laurel Street, and I'm speaking because I opposed the plan that was presented this evening. A phrase that the town engineer used really caught my eye, and I wrote it down. And his words were, walkway without reservation. And my interpretation of that means is that's what all the citizens of East Haven get from this plan. We'll be able to walk 24 hours a day on the walkway without reservation. Other than that, you could be subject to be told to leave because you're not on the walkway. I don't think that's a judicious use of our money. Another thing that just happened that I think we have to look at, and I really take issue with Mr. McDonald. He painted our children as if they're some kind of thugs or vandals. And that's not fair. I think you should show that footage to the principals of McBaldwin or DC Moore. See what they think. That's not good. And if there's a problem policing citizens of our town, we've got to do something about that. Do it now. You have the power. Evidently, he was on a committee. His picture of our town is not like mine. I see sunshine, he sees rain. And I don't think that's, have somebody like that represent me on an expenditure like that. I'm sorry. What's wrong with having flowers and fountains, Wi-Fi pods, playscapes? Let all the children, let all ages enjoy this land. Let's think outside the box. Why do we have to be like Branford? How come our town center isn't like Branford? Or how come our beachway isn't like West Haven? Well, go to West Haven if you want to be like their beach. Let's do something outside the box. Let's put a facility in where all of our people can enjoy it. Put an observation deck up there. Go enjoy a sunset. Gaze at the stars. Give the police and fire services the opportunity to do their job in evacuation purposes. Clearly, we can scale down the building part. But give our residents something that they can be proud of when visitors come in. And they can say, hey, let me take you down to our beach. Let me show you what we have. Isn't it pretty? Let's walk through our park. Look at the pretty flowers. Look at the playscape. Bring your kids. That's what I'm for. I think this committee should relook at it and present the plan back to the residents of East Haven. And I really hope that you all will vote it down this evening. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'd like to show of hands, how many people would like to be in that building when Katrina hits? How about anybody want to be in that building when the Broadwater barge comes crashing across the town beach? There's so many reasons not to go forward with this project. Spending $5 million of the taxpayers' money and not giving the taxpayer the use of this beautiful piece of property is wrong. Okay? I tried to think long and hard of how this benefited the taxpayer. Okay? And I couldn't come up with one good reason. And I have a lot of questions. A lot of them have already been answered or have already been asked. Who's going to run this place? Where's the money going to go? There's so many possibilities here that the taxpayer will never know what the outcome is. I think this project is wrong. I think it should be for the people, not for